Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're still continuing on with the player 1 movements, so let's dive straight in. And I'm going to begin here. I'm going to copy the line where we define the player walk speed. And I'm going to change this to retreat speed. And I'll give it a value of 0.75 to begin with. And of course, I will need to tweak this value to find one that suits the game at a later date. But this will do just fine for now. And let's come here and copy one of the animation clip lines. And we'll change this to jump. Please remember to change the comment as well. So, with those in place, let's come to the player 1 states. And we'll add a comma to the last one, enter, and we'll just create player jump. Remember, no comma on this last one for now. And let's come and copy one of the case blocks. And let's come here. We'll just copy and paste that in here and here. So we've created the case for the player jump. And let's just create a void for that. So I'll just copy one. And I'll close brackets. And again, we'll just copy and paste that in here. And in the debug log. Okay, with that created, let's come to the void update now. And again, we'll copy one of the if blocks. We'll paste that in. And let's change this to vertical. And we'll change the comment as well. And obviously we want to change to the new function of player jump. So we'll just paste that in the actual line where we switch states, and we'll also paste it into the comments. So let's just save that there. And we'll have a look. So we actually have a little bit of these functions set up for now. Let's deal with the actual movement for the walk. So I'll come into player walk left to begin with. And we'll use underscore player 1 movement direction. It's going to be equal to a new vector 3. And let's open and close brackets. We'll close that line off. We'll come inside the brackets here. And what we want is plus. And I'll just use the player walk speed. And we'll say comma 0, comma 0. And we'll put that into the comments. And we'll say set the move direction defined by the, and we'll say vector 3. And we'll come here, play 1 move direction is going to be equal to the player 1 transform dot, and we want transform direction We'll open and close brackets. We'll close that line off. We'll come inside the brackets. By the player one, move direction, and then come after the brackets, and we're going to say dot normalized, and let's break this up for commenting. So I'll enter here after the equals, and let's enter here as well. So I think we can all understand this line. We're just setting the move direction to this axis within the vector 3. And then we say that the move direction is equal to, so we'll say players move direction equals, we'll come to the next line, we'll say players transform to transform direction. So the move direction equals the player one transform by the move direction which we've assigned here. So a normalized just keeps the speed the player is moving constant, otherwise it is affected via actual position. So we'll say player one move direction again, and what we'll say is times equals the player walk speed, and we'll close that line off. Here we're actually setting the speed. This just requires a value, and because the value happens to be the same as the player walk speed, it's why I'm using that variable. We'll probably come back and polish this up and actually make the function a lot better, but we'll do that at a later date because I know a lot of you are eager to actually see your character in motion. So let's just get something up and running to begin with, and then we'll worry about coming back and actually improving the code. So into the comments, move direction times play walk speed, and we can actually just copy this. We'll come to the player walk right, we'll paste it in again, and all we need to do is change this from a plus to a minus, and we'll save that there for now. So let's have a look now at the animation. So we have the walk animation, but I don't have a different animation for when the player is retreating. Now, if you do, that is absolutely fine. Just copy the whole one, change this. Obviously, you'll need to create a variable to actually assign an animation clip up here, and I've just noticed I didn't change this variable, so let's do that now, and we'll change the comment, and then just do exactly the same as we've done here. Just call that function. But, and you'll probably appreciate more now why I moved this out to separate functions. So what I'm going to do is actually reverse this animation for my retreat. So, as I said, this may not be applicable to all of you, but I'd really advise you watch this anyway, because at some point you may need to affect animations in some sort of way. So this may come in useful at a later date, or hopefully so. But let's get on. So we'll create a new void and we'll say player one, and let's change this from walk to retreat, and we'll copy and paste in there. And of course, it's still the walk animation. Let's just copy and paste this naming convention. So we'll copy and we'll paste it into the walk left. And we'll change that there. And obviously these are going to be changed anyway, because we need to have this the movement direction changed if we jump over the opposition. But again, we'll work on that later. Let's just get the basics up and running first. So with that actually in place, let's come to the retreat to begin with. So in fact, this can go below. And it's probably better it does, because then I can put in a return. So we'll say if open and close underscore player one anim. And what we want is to open and close the square type of brackets. Inside we want player one and we want the walk animation dot name. We'll come in between these closed brackets dot, and we want the speed. And we're going to say equals the player retreat speed. So let's get this into the comments. So we'll say if player, if player walk anim speed equals the retreat speed, we'll return our usual comment, then do nothing and return. However, if it does not equal the retreat speed, which if you remember is only 3/4 of the full speed, then we'll say in fact, let's just copy this line. That will make things a lot easier. If player one animation player one walk anim dot name dot speed double equals, so we need to change this to a greater than the retreat speed. Let's change the comment. It's greater than the retreat speed. Then we need to set it to equal the retreat speed. And in fact, let me just get rid of that. We can copy all of that inside the brackets up to and including the speed, and we'll say equals, then we want a space and we're going to say minus the player retreat speed. Because we're using a minus, the actual the animation will play reverse, and at a lower speed, which is what we want. So we'll set walk anim speed to retreat speed. I'll just tidy up the comments quickly, so we'll just save that off for now. And let's copy this and we'll paste it into the normal walk animation. And reason why we're doing this, we just want to make sure that it's going to reset back to the proper speed if we change into this function. So we'll just change that to player walk speed, and again in the comments, and if so we do nothing and return is, and we'll need to change this to a less than. Let's copy and paste that in there, and we can also paste it in here. We'll get rid of the minus, we'll change that to walk, and this top line is less than the walk speed. And let's save that off there. And in fact, while we're at it in this lesson, let's copy and paste one of the animations lines where we crossfade, and we'll just copy and paste that in there, and we'll copy and paste in the jump animation name. So again, let's save that off there, and really it should make this in a separate one. Let's make this a separate one, in fact. So let's just copy that there, we'll paste that in, and we'll change this to player jump anim. Let's do the same in the debug log, and we'll just call that function in jump like we've done before. So open and close brackets, close the line off, and we'll just say call that function. And let's paste that in there, and we'll save that off. So I think we've come to a point where we can start testing out how it works. Let's just downsize that. Oh, and let's have a look. So let's have a look at this line. Move direction times equals the player 1. And of course, I've made an error. Player 1 walk. It's actually the speed, walk speed. So let's paste that in there, and we'll paste that in here as well. And sorry about that, that's obviously me not concentrating completely, but let's go, there we go. All the red errors are now fixed. So, in the next lesson, as I said, we're nearly ready for testing. In the next lesson, we'll begin working on the jump, actual movement, and we'll actually begin to test out these the player's movement up to now, and you should be able to test out yourself if you have a controller handy. So we'll leave it here for this lesson. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to see you next time, and until then, as always, bye for now.